For more on all this, let's welcome in the former Lieutenant Governor of New York, Betsy McCoy, former Deputy Press Secretary at the White House, Hogan Gidley, and St. Louis radio host Christopher Arps. Look, most announcements, they come and go. Tim Scott's came and went on Monday. We talked about it Tuesday. He was on stage. Everyone was clapping. That's what we're used to. I get Ron DeSantis, Betsy, wanted to try and do something new and something that maybe represents his generation, my generation, a little bit better. But when it goes the way it went last night, that becomes the story. And that's what we're talking about now. And it goes to what Donald Trump said last night on Truth Social. Look, if you're going to apply for the job of commander-in-chief, you got to have your campaign announcement buttoned up. What was your reaction last night, Betsy?
Well, clearly the announcement didn't go well, but as a politician, I can say, if you want to know what really is happening, read what your enemies, your opponents are saying about you. I'm looking at the Los Angeles Times, for example, a very left-wing media outlet, and they're saying that DeSantis is, quote, more dangerous than Trump because as a president, he would be even more effective. That's an indication. Washington Post saying DeSantis, he won't last very long. That's what they wish. The fact is, I'm looking at this race now between Trump and DeSantis from two lenses. One is competitors. It's great the Republicans have two great candidates. The Dems don't. They have Sleepy Joe. Secondly, these two competitors may, in fact, become running mates. Don't discount that. They're both very impressive, despite the fact they're both from Florida. It could be ultimately a Trump-DeSantis ticket.
Yeah, we've never had a president from Florida, by the way, even though the former president now resides there, Donald Trump, although he still spends the summer up in Bedminster in New Jersey. Hogan, what do you make of that? Because I seem to think that even if this announcement last night went perfectly, the media would still be all over Ron DeSantis because they know that he is a legitimate threat for the nomination and that he could very easily beat Joe Biden in the fall of 2024 as well.
Yeah, but the media attacks everybody on the right, regardless. They went after Donald Trump hardcore, as you know, for 4 or 5 years now. They went after Tim Scott, his announcement, went after Nikki Haley because they don't conform to what they think people of color should be or do or think. They've gone after Vivek Ramaswamy, obviously going after Ron DeSantis as well. This is part of their playbook. They call us racist, sexist, bigoted homophobes, as Rush Limbaugh always used to say. And true to form, that's exactly what they did to Ron DeSantis. It's what they've done to all of them, regardless of the nominee. Those on the right out there who say, look, I love Trump's policies. I don't like his personality. We need someone like Ron DeSantis. As Betsy just pointed out, he's going to be vilified as well. He's going to be called all the horrible names in the book, too. Yeah. It doesn't matter who the nominee is. They did it to McCain. They did it to milquetoast Mitt Romney. I mean, Joe Biden said he was literally going to put black people back in chains, for heaven's sakes. Mitt Romney, of all people.
Right.
The most gooberish, calm, rational person they say ever existed. So the whole thing is a joke, and they're going to continue to attack us regardless of who it is.
Hogan, this whole thing is, I wish the governor's office had contacted me personally on my mobile phone so I could have just said, listen, you have the most telegenic family in politics right now. Get on stage with your beautiful wife and your
They're going to be
kids.
on TV, Rob.
Hogan, make the announcement on stage. Look,
TV.
Joe Biden did a video last month because Joe Biden's 80 years old and his kids are grown up and he's not going to have Hunter on stage with him, okay? So do a pre-recorded video. We know sometimes he loses his marbles. That makes sense. Donald Trump owns a beautiful home in Palm Beach called Mar-a-Lago. He did it down there. He had everybody clapping. Hogan, I think you were there. That made perfect sense.
There.
Tim Scott, hometown hero, Charleston, South Carolina. He went there, did it on stage. Everybody's clapping. I get it. Ron DeSantis does this weird thing with a guy named David Sachs, who nobody knows, and Elon Musk, richest guy on the planet, and the servers get overloaded or overwhelmed, and the thing is a complete disaster. Ron, get on a stage and make the announcement. This from the Babylon Bee, which, by the way, you could make the argument that Elon Musk bought Twitter because of what Twitter did to the Babylon Bee. They put this out yesterday, poking fun at the governor of Florida. Ron DeSantis dyes hair, gets spray tan in preparation for 2024 presidential run. I get it, little levity there. But Chris, a serious issue here. How tough a position is DeSantis in? Because he's got to win some of the Trump base over in order to win the nomination. In order to do that, you got to attack Trump. But if you attack Trump, you alienate the base and then you don't win them over. But then if you don't attack Trump, what are you running for in the first place? It's kind of a conundrum that these candidates are in.
Yeah, P.T. Barnum once said that all publicity is good publicity, but I think with this disaster yesterday rollout is an exception to that. DeSantis is in a tough position. A lot of people like him because they say that he is Donald Trump without all of the drama. He is kind of silently attacking Donald Trump when he talks about that we need to start winning. That's a veiled shot at Donald Trump. He's going to have to be much more forceful than that, and I think we'll see that in the coming weeks, days, and months.
Betsy?
I disagree with this analysis. The fact is that Ron DeSantis is very smart not to attack Donald Trump. He needs the Trump base. Everyone in the Republican Party who's going to the polls knows that they have a choice between Trump and DeSantis. So just make your own views known, as DeSantis is doing, and avoid attacking the other guy. He doesn't have to attack Trump. Don't say, why run if you don't attack Trump? He's running with his platform, and I think it's far better, far smarter, far more attractive not to attack
DeSantis is attacking Trump. DeSantis is attacking Trump. He has to fight back.
He's already attacking him on COVID. He's already attacking him, as Chris pointed out, in various ways, talking about the culture of losing. We don't need a celebrity president. That's what he's trying to do. And I think the attacks are going to ramp up, whether it be through his PAC or whether it be from Ron DeSantis directly. But as Rob pointed out, and I do agree with this part of the analysis, which is, once you do that, if you scar him enough to take away the nomination, then you alienate a large portion of the base who will be angry at you for doing what you set out to do in the first place. And it's going to be difficult for them to rally around someone like Ron DeSantis. I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm saying it's difficult. And everybody else in the field, from Tim Scott all the way down at the bottom to Nikki Haley and potentially Mike Pence, they're going to be sitting at the bottom of the mountain going, wait a minute, when Trump and DeSantis duke it out and the courts hurt Trump and DeSantis looks bad and he falls flat, we're just going to take all their votes and then somehow we're going to rise to the top to be the nominee. This is the thought process of these candidates right now, and I don't know that any of it's going to work.
You know what I'm already seeing develop, Betsy? Somebody like Nikki Haley.
This is a two-person race.
Nikki Haley has gone after Ron DeSantis. Donald Trump's gone after Ron DeSantis as well, but I'm seeing Nikki Haley doing that as well. Nikki Haley is applying to be vice president. I think that's the odds-on favorite right now is your ticket, Trump-Haley, if it does get to that point. And look, at somebody like Tim Scott, who knows, but maybe a cabinet post. Nikki Haley's going after DeSantis, which I get that she's got to sort of elbow her way in because she wants a seat at the table as well. Just quickly, take a listen to this. This is DeSantis last night saying, Hogan, to your point, Republicans have to end the culture of losing in the party.
There is no substitute for victory. We must end the culture of losing that has infected the Republican Party in recent years. The tired dogmas of the past are inadequate for a vibrant future. We must look forward, not backwards. We need the courage to lead, and we must have the strength to win. And to voters who are participating in this primary process, my pledge to you is this. If you nominate me, you can set your clock to January 20th, 2025 at high noon, because on the west side of the U.S. Capitol, I will be taking the oath of office as the 47th President of the United States.
Again, I cannot get over that this was audio only. I just can't believe that it's all audio only. Betsy, 20 seconds. That's a direct shot, Betsy, at Donald Trump. He's talking about the 2018 midterms, the 2020 election, and the 2022 midterms. That is
correct. And he's running as the electable candidate. That's very different from taking direct shots, meanly criticizing Trump. Trump's an expert at that. That's how he got where he is. And I commend him for his ability to do that, especially on the debate stage.
Yeah.
But Ron DeSantis, to be the likable candidate, to be the winning candidate, going after Trump in a very direct way is not the way to do that. He has to embrace the Trump base. He has to embrace them, welcome them in, and carry them along.
Betsy McCoy, appreciate it. Christopher Arps, good to see you. Hogan Gidley, we'll pick this up again very soon. Good conversation today.